Possess SS level talent body of flames.
That's again.
Warrior profession with a bamber down by compatibility rate. Whichever the school butte. For a non-damaging healer profession. In my past life, by the sweet words of my childhood, so yeah, me out of the flame warrior profession. And exchange it for a non-damaging healer profession. Perish together by a demon lord in a dungeon. Return to the day I received my profession badge. Thinking in this, I would definitely not become the pitiful healer again. But I found my SS level with the body of flames had been reset. I gained a new talent, the healer sovereign, at this moment. Countless alchas galloped through my heart. Then I immediately check my new talent characteristics. When I heal others, there's a chance to gain permanent attribute bonuses. And there's a very low chance to gain their talent.
Healing takes effect.
There's a chance special item spirit essence, used to refine them characteristics, the four characteristics, but exclaim how great they were. Any one of them could rival an SS level talent. Then I started to think, besides Suyo being a healer, who will exchange profession badges with me? My Gekas? Suddenly I remembered something. I quickly walked to Class R. I appeared at the door of Class R. Many in the class knew I was there to see Suyo. Under the envious gazes, Suyo slowly stood up, crossed. She looked up at me. I walled the class.
Suyo.
I walked straight to another girl. Bailing come out with me. Everyone was stunned. Her face is full of disbelief. I hurriedly pulled Bailing and walked out. Couldn't accompany me to a place. Completely. She had no idea what was happening. She could only dumbly follow my steps. Well, stop right there. She was almost exploding with anger. Then I really honed the hand the girl she hated the most. Hearing this, I stopped. Seeing this, Suyo couldn't help but snort. If I didn't apologize to her in front of the whole class, easily for me, but the net. She saw me whisper something in Bailing's ear. Then Bai Ling blushed and nodded. The two of them left the classroom. Suya was completely dumbfounded. Bai Ling lowered her head, a bit flustered. She really couldn't understand what I wanted to do. I want the healer badge in your hand. Looking at Bai Ling. Bai Ling looked up in surprise, dotting her ears. Exchange, I asked Bai Ling again. Bai Ling was a bit flustered. To be honest, she was willing to exchange. It is her TAS level sturdy body, which is a warrior type. My flame warrior has a compatibility rate over Bavin Bowers for hers. While her healer compatibility rate is only Bafin's Osher.
And what about you?
Bai Ling said somewhat embarrassedly. I'll just be the healer, if you need. For the men constantly striving behind you. I said, smiling at Bai Ling. Bai Ling's cheeks slightly reddened. Then she shook her head. No, your profession badge is too valuable. If I change professions, I won't have the down by compatibility rate anymore. But let me tell you, my TAS has a higher compatibility rate with the healer. Why do you think I want to exchange with you? Bai Ling frowned. She knew my talent was meager. I don't know exactly what my talent is. Seeing Bai Ling looking so silly had succeeded.
You didn't lie to me.
Looked at me and asked, if I'm a dog, let's pinky swear. We finally exchanged our badges. Tasked to become a flame warrior. Enter any fire-type dungeon and clear it. We'll go to the flame forest together. Change your profession, said Bai Ling's profession badge. Then I spoke again. Bai Ling nodded like a pecking chicken. By the way, remember the badge exchange between us. You must not tell anyone casually. I solely instructed again, because now whole school knows. I got a profession badge of better down by compatibility, if people find out, that I exchanged the healer profession with Bai Ling. The principal will probably be the first to come talk to me. Even the city education department would send someone to investigate. I want to cause such trouble. This matter needs to be kept secret for now. Profession change is successful. Bai Ling and I will be set in stone. Even if this matter is exposed, it won't matter. Bai Ling nodded with a serious expression. She also the importance of this matter. I shamelessly took Bai Ling's hand again. Said goodbye at the classroom door. Bai Ling confidently returned to her seat, as if nothing had happened. Suya almost grinding her teeth in anger. The anger, she made a decision. She would directly come to me for an explanation. Incident taking my profession badge. That night after dinner, I went directly to the local Holy Light Church. Profession badge is its own exclusive task. After completing the task, can the profession truly be bound? As for a weak profession like a healer, to enter the Holy Light Church and bathe in the Holy Light, to directly bind the healer profession, to receive the Holy Light, just stand in front of the Holy Stone Tablet. A young priest looked at me and said, I thanked him, following direction indicated by the young priest. Inside the church. You just need to stand quiet in front of it for a while, to bind the profession.
A good kid.
At this moment, an old man in a cyan robe quietly appeared beside the young priest. Smiling as he looked, the young priest hurriedly bowed in respect.
Bishop, then?
The young priest glared at the stone tablet again. He said, indeed, quite polite. At this time, I had easily completed the profession binding. When I saw the last prompt, stunned. It's equivalent to one of my healing spells. Being worth 5 of somebody by compatibility. Plus, any healing spell I cast with my talent only consumes a point of mana. I chose to become a healer. It was also destined by fate.
And it.
3 people hurriedly rushed in the church. Priest. Please save my brother. As soon as the shady man entered, he started shouting excitedly. I turned to look. I saw that we're covered in blood and wounds. One of them was already in a coma, so he was about to die. Seeing this, the young priest immediately went forward. He's the most really, the tall and thin leader said urgently again. Then he instructed his brothers to place the unconscious injured on the ground. The young priest began to cast healing spells. The other 2 waited anxiously on the side. Hello, do you need healing? This the leader couldn't help but turn to look at me.
Then he nodded.
He thanked me. They needed more attention to me. I then skillfully began to cast healing spells. Your healing spell restore were by health points for Leon. E point of mental power, MR. I didn't expect the first healing to trigger the talent trait. Tasted the sweet. I couldn't help but cast more diligently. Robe, who saw this from a distance, had his eyes wide open, just awakened, was casting healing spells faster than him. 10 spells, 3 points of mental power, and Leon's health was fully restored. It could no longer trigger my healing master trait. I immediately turned to another person and began healing. After my frenzy healing spells, I gained another 2 points of strength. I gained her spirit orbs, based on the points gained. Healing master randomly increases attributes, obviously based on the target's profession. Then I cast another healing spell, which brought me a new surprise. I'd expect to touch Wu Qian's talent. At this moment, had already treated the injuries of the severely wounded. I couldn't handle the physical disabilities. I said with some regret, your injuries are all healed. The young tis, surprised to find the remaining people were all healed. Leon looked at me gratefully. It was this young brother who helped. I just smiled faintly. The young priest looked at me. I didn't expect a newly transferred little healer to have such abilities. Young friend, may I ask your name? At this moment, and Green Road already walked over. With a smile, I could recognize the identity of this old man. I was also well taken care of by him. Bishoply, I replied respectfully. Very good, I saw your performance just now. You're simply the most talented healer I've ever seen. Lu Qingxin said without standing on praise. Praises me. I just did what I could. I did it with a smile. Lu Qingxin indeed took out something. It's rare for Shanxing City to produce a genius like you. There's a skill book for punishment technique. Take it. Seen this. I was speechless. This is so similar to my previous life. And my also chased after me to give me skill books. Transfer to a Raging Flame Priest. It's also by Lu Xing. Later I found out of my proficiency healing spells, and Lu Qingxin pretended to shake my head. This is too? It's okay, you can't take it when you die. Then keeping it from a burial. Better leave it for you young people use. Lu Qingxin said very generously. Then I respectfully accepted it. Thank you, Bishop. I also stopped skill book for punishment technique from Lu Qingxin's hand. Lu Qingxin. I left the church, but I was in a hurry to go home. I found a small inn to stay for the night. At this moment, my phone rang. And look, text message was, she is now at the park entrance. Bring my professional badge and come find her. I replied there was something dirty, and then directly blocked her. I arrived at the professional plaza. For over the time I had agreed with Bai Ling. I thought I could first some basic equipment and supplies. I currently have Yi Bai Yuan in hand. This is the common siege. Died in a spatial rift here 3 years ago. The common siege has a healer. My need for equipment is not high. But spatial for storage? And potions from air. Necessary. I found a merchant selling spatial bags. I'd already bought a primary spatial bag for Bai Yuan. But now on this spatial bag, there appeared the word refinable. Then I found a corner, a spin of spirit to try the effect of refine. The spatial bag in my hand slightly shimmered. I immediately checked the refine characteristics. My eyes in surprise. Buy a bunch of cubic meter spatial bags, a dimensional spatial bag. Then I can have the cubic meters of space. Many professionals, due to storage space limitations, work hard to clear dungeons, but can only bring out a small part of the loot. But now that I have this, I can carry more loot than others. I returned to the previous stall and Barisher once. A place is to make some purchases. The remaining balance of Overseer, but feel a bit heartbroken. Chenmo at this moment. I heard someone calling me. I turned to look. Bai Ling had arrived. And behind Bai Ling, 3 more people. Among them was Su Yao, but squint my eyes. The dirty thing came invited. Bai Ling looked at me somewhat apologetically. She kept following me. I smiled and rubbed Bai Ling's head. It's okay, we'll just ignore her. Su intimate with Bai Ling. Su Yao was furious. After hesitating, she said, I know it was all my fault before, but now I've figured it out. I'm willing to give you a chance to be my boyfriend. You have to promise to only good to me in the future. It's really generous. I wouldn't forgive you so easily. Yeah, pulling and tugging with another girl in public. Su Yao's 2 female companions timely provided support. Has a good temper. She also a bit angry at this moment. How could she be pulling and tugging with Chen Mo here? She heard me pulling her and saying, let's go. Get too dang with these lingering spirits. We have more important things to do. Bai Ling looked at me, then nodded heavily. Okay, I'll listen to you. I smiled slightly, and the two of us left hand in hand. And Yo and the 2 girls looking at each other. Then Bai Ling handed me a pure white staff shining with a metallic glow. This for you? I looked at it. Said some bruh. Sufficient healing. To the front line to help you tank monsters. Bai Ling said somewhat proudly. I took the staff. After break check. In the current market, it would cost at least Yi-Bai to get. Seems Bai Ling to borrow money from her uncle's family. I found that. The staff can also be refined to improve its quality. I looked at Bai Ling again, and Bai Ling didn't hide anything. Directly showing me all her equipment. A very simple set of beginner warrior white gear, so it probably costs around 4,000 to 5,000. Is this okay? Bai Ling looked. Her face was flushed, showing one's attribute panel others. That is a very intimate thing, to meeting in person. Alright, we need 3 more people. Then we can enter the dungeon. I looked at Bai Ling and said, although bringing Bai Ling alone is enough, but more people in the team. To enhance my spirit attribute talents. Say to us the whole talent, leading the any profession except healers, I instructed. Bai Ling immediately complied. On professional channel of Shanshan City. Posted a recruitment message. Excuse to go to the bath. Should refine equipment through 3 refinements. The staff in my hand clearly upgraded a level. The staff's characteristics satisfied that. At this moment, Bai Ling sent a message. Was full. We can settle now. Indirectly threw the staff into the spatial bag. Hurley went to meet up. After some introduction, I understood their professions. The tall and thin young man Huki is a warrior. A pair of twin girls are archers. The team was complete, so I directly opened the pen. Directly select the flamer's normal level. The 5 were transported to a special space. I took out the staff and said, Huki, lead the way. I'll keep an eye on your health. You are the healer. Then he is the flame warrior. Widowed his eyes and looked at me. Diane and Dinah were also dumbfounded. Facing Yuki's, I smiled. Not only correct, she is not a flame warrior yet, but I am indeed the healer. Huki and the twin sisters couldn't hold back. They all understood. They were tricked into coming. They learned a profession-binding task. Since we're here, shield. Yuki reluctantly stepped forward. I hope my healing level isn't too bad. Then Yuki took off his weapon, prepared to start battle. But at this moment, a light fell on him. Soul Link. He was a bit stunned to look at the effect of the status. Then he was completely stunned. It actually forced the damage he received to be shared among all team members. At this moment, almost everyone looked at me. Is this really okay? Yuki was really at a loss for words. The effect of Soul Link. The damage was evenly distributed to everyone. Although it seems the pressure on the tank is reduced, but the pressure on the healer has multiplied. The word I couldn't handle alone. Said to everyone uneasily, maybe we should cancel this step. Don't worry, let's try fighting the monster first. If you still feel uneasy, you can also quit. I don't plan to explain anything. With my current setup, healing this team is a piece of cake. Two sis discussed for a bit, finally decided to trust me. Take a risk.
Maybe just heal out low shot.
Then charged towards a level 1 goblin. The goblin was attacked, turned around and swung a stick, counterattacked UK. Just kept attacking each other, fighting happily. And they picked up their short bows, started to support Huke. Combined damage with the people. Hook landed a critical attempt with a single punch, killing the goblin, and in the battle, the situation seems original. All this damage was accumulated on Hook. Only one healing spell would have been enough, but now it's spread across so many people. Acquiring several more healing spells, Hook just suggested canceling the soul chain. Before it could the next moment, I saw my staff hit the ground. On everyone present, a holy light shone. Their health was fully restored. Hook swallowed his words. Diane and Dana were impressed by my move. I shouldn't have doubted you earlier. Apology. Hook immediately bowed in apology. Also Hurley said, we sisters also know we were wrong. Don't give up on us. We promised to listen. Not frantically, saying she would definitely listen. As for... She's been firmly on my side from the beginning. Since we decided to stay, then let's continue with healing just now. Gained attribute bonuses from each of them. How many attributes I'll gain from the entire dungeon. How many attributes I'll be able to farm. Next, I suggest we speed up, if possible. I hope we can compete for this year's speedrun leaderboard. Hook and the others who were still excited heard my words, looked at me as if they had seen a ghost. Shown previous. Small monsters is not a proper. But how we fight. Then I held my staff, casually cast a skill. A goblin let out a scream, directly killed by holy light. Punishment is this acceptable. I still maintain my calm demeanor. A meeting held before me, as acceptable. Today I can meet you, my godfather. It's really the fortunate lifetimes of my skill. Made the entire team completely submit to me. Then we prepare ourselves and led the team as the boss on my command. It only took 5 minutes to reach the boss. Archer minutes faster than the historical record. As I heal a long way, I also gained session points of strength from them, or points of agility. Then I canceled the effect of the soul chip. Pay attention to positioning. By the boss. The others nod in agreement, then led him into the small forest, the clearing in the middle of the forest. There was a goblin priest, glaring at us. Foolish invaders. Sebastian of fire. When I approached the boss, chargingly, pay attention to positioning. I charged at the goblin priest first. Hook immediately followed me, and began to take action. Just as Hook initiated the charge, instantly dodged, making way. Took the front. The goblin priest, affected by the charge, was briefly stunned, and I directly moved behind him, hit the goblin priest on the back of the head with a stick, directly sending him into a frenzy. When seeing the damage floating above the goblin priest's head, Hook's eyes wide. This is the damage dealt by a healer, more than 3 times higher than his. The goblin priest let a roar. Several magic circles instantly lit up on the ground around. Countless meteors fell from the sky to the ground. Seeing this, everyone hurriedly dodged. While others were still panicking dodging the meteors, I directly cast a punishment spell on the goblin priest. The goblin priest, struck by the holy light, directly dealt over our points of damage. I can do it. Spell every second, directly emptying the goblin priest's health bar. The clearance message popped up, and the others saw these 2 prompts, and immediately collapsed to the ground, gasping. We actually made it within an hour. I looked at somewhat surprised. Shanchin's professional plaza. Subtle message was word. Chim team cleared the flame forest in more minutes and more show seconds, achieving an SS rating, breaking the historical clearance record. In the professional plaza, was shocked by this news. Soon my information was spread around. Rare professional flame warrior with down by compatibility. No one we achieved such results. Suya was also in the plaza at this time. Her expression became somewhat despondent. Someone discovered I was not the rare profession flame warrior, but another girl on my team named Bailing. Suya immediately checked my team's information. Her eyes were fixed on the information. After seeing my Bailing's professions, so that she almost broke her staff, deserved to die for privately trading profession badges. It must be that bitch Bailing who gave Chenmo some benefit and got the flame warrior badge. I was organizing the loot in the dungeon. The goblin priest in the dungeon, total of items. 2 green items. There were just some miscellaneous items. After collecting all that, I looked at the others. Set on leave. I selected the settlement option in the panel. Then all team members saw a scoring panel appear before their eyes. After the set, everyone leveled up to level 2. I checked my attribute panel. Such an attribute panel, for a level 3 healer, is somewhat abnormal. I directly allocated sheer attribute points, all to mental power. Just as I finished handling the attribute points, I saw another substitute skill stone. I sliced my eyebrows looking at the panel. It's actually a skill stone. We're rich, Hook exclaimed, looking at the panel. The twin sisters were also somewhat excited at this moment. Breaking the historical record could also earn us a skill stone. Chen Mu. Bai Ling tugged at my arm. I turned my head to ask, but saw Bai Ling had secretly slipped something into my hand. After slot, I immediately realized it was a skill stone. Bai Ling looked at me with a clever smile. She knew she'd been slacking off the whole time. The skill stone rightfully belonged to me. After a moment of excitement, Hook also spoke up, boss. This skill stone should be yours. The twin sisters, Diane and Dana, also know their skills. They clearly knew, based on their own strength. Whether they could claim the force was another matter, let alone break the historical record. I will accept these skill stones. I calmly accepted the stones from Hook and the others. As success, we exited the Flame Forest, turning Shanshan City's professional plaza. As we emerged in the secret realm, our phones started ringing like crazy. The information about them breaking the historical record had already spread. Even the others, who at first glance were just decorative, various concerns and congratulations from friends and family. Hook replied to his family's message. Then he looked at my boss with shining eyes. What's next on the agenda? Diane and Dana were also the same. First, finish what you have at hand. Contact me in the team chat if anything comes up. I said, looking at them, I have some personal matters to attend to. Okay, I'll be quick. Hook didn't delay at all. He left at a trot. As for the sisters Diane and Dana, also silent. I need to go home for something. Also spoke up. Someone base. I glanced at Bailing. Fine, I said, if there's anything, just come to me. Hearing this, Bailing nodded. Then she left silently. Watching Bailing's troubled back, I narrowed my eyes. Such achievements are not enough. The one of the most pressure now is definitely because of the previous life. I gave the profession of Flame Warrior to Suyao, and it caused finally found out that I voluntarily gave profession badge to Suyao, but Chen Daoshin still lost his job because of this. He didn't resent me for it. He came to comfort me that time, himself for his negatives. Profession badge being scammed away. Chen Daoxing's teachings, been able to stay so easily in the previous life. In this life, I want you to proudly say, I'm your student. In mine, there has actually been a rather crazy plan. That is to conquer Dungeon Abyss difficultly. Directly entered the official center in the professionals plaza. I came to the counter. I said, hello, how can I help you? Behind the counter was a sweet-looking girl. Sell some items first. I said, taking out my space bag. At this time, the girl behind the counter saw that I took out a primary space bag. She couldn't help but frown. Seems there's nothing valuable. She directly said, and check the scattered goods. Outside to find those dealers would be faster. I glanced at this woman slightly to explain that after selling the items, I had other business to do. Seeing the obviously emotional tone and expression, I directly said, if you can't handle it, I'll sell 2 green equipments, and I had other business to do. Hearing this, the counter girl was stunned. Realizing she had misjudged, put on a professional smile. Our manager's attending to other customers. I can handle green equipments. Selling them, they also need to apply for a loan. When we get the manager yearly, I directly raised my voice. The counter girl's smile instantly froze. What's going on? This the query came from the side. Immediately stood up. Said Georgia, it's nothing, I can handle it. There were 2 people coming. A middle-aged man slightly overweight, and an old man in a cyan tome robe. Durjan glanced at me, an ordinary student. Pay much attention. When he casually scolded that girl, and have her handle the customer's business immediately. When the old man beside him saw me, his eyes lit up. Chimo, what a coincidence. Liu Qingshan greeted me with a smile. At this time, I noticed Liu Qingshan had arrived. I at least stood up and slightly bowed. Cut out to Bishop Liu. The entire hall was stirred by the recent commotion. People were craning their necks to look this way, and now they all looked surprised. Is Chimo the one who just broke? Historic of the Flame Forest. After hearing the crowd's words, County felt a chill run down her spine. So it's Chen Mu. No one I thought you were extraordinary at first glance. Zhang Riki's attitude did a complete Ibaibashi degree turn. Come, let's go to the VIP room for some tea. Zhang Riki warmly invited. Hearing this, I didn't move. Let's go, I have some things to talk to you about. Liu Qingshan said to me with a slight smile. I didn't intend to waste too much time here, but since Liu Qingshan invited me, I couldn't refuse, so I followed him into the hall. Liu Qing chatted with me for a while and then left to his own business. Then only Zhang Ruiki and I were left in the VIP room. Brother Chen, we'd already calculated your items here. They can be sold for overage or as what you want. I directly adjusted to eBay. Zhang Ruiki said to me with a smile, Manager for your care. I quickly thanked. No need to be polite. If you do me the honor, just call me Brother Zhang. Zhang Ruiki also started to get friendly. I said, Brother Zhang, thank you. Zhang Ruiki repeatedly. His face full smile. Manager, apply for $1 loan from your center. I spoke again. Zhang Ruiki became respectful, said no problem. $1 is simple. I'll handle for you, Klee. He narrated this. Camped up the teacup to drink. Long after, along the professional black card, stood up. Politely said, thank you. I still things to do. I won't disturb. No need be Chen, whenever you're free, for tea anytime. Zhang Ruiki said with a smile again. Slightly not. Then I left the professional center, and I found him, especially selling various mechanical puppets. Bosher sheep puppets. After preparing everything, I returned to the place agreed upon with the team members. One of them was someone I knew. Hyuki. Seeing me coming, Hyuki waved at me from afar. Boss, you're finally here. As I approached, Hyuki started to speak. I also nodded friendly, but still looked at Hyuki with confusion. Not understanding why he brought these 2 people. Boss, it's like this. I can't follow you to level up. There's already a warrior in the team, but don't misunderstand. I still recognize you as the boss, Hyuki explained. I already understood the meaning of his words. It's because his profession overlaps with Bailing's, and Bailing is a rare profession. Well, he's just an ordinary warrior. You've thought it? I didn't try to keep him. I've thought it through. Hyuki said helplessly. I lit the team members behind Yuki, one carrying a staff, one with a long dagger at his waist. They were mage and assassin. The two saw me looking up, but feel a bit nervous. I put on a smile. If you don't mind,
A little bit low.
I checked the time. It's almost time for the appointment. But Bailey and the twins haven't arrived yet. I made a judgment in my heart. Upon hearing this, Yuki agreed. After minutes, I also learned the names of the other two. The mage's name is Yumim. The assassin's name. Both are at the city experimental hall, just like UK. But why have the sisters arrived yet? Yuki checked the time. It's already time. We still haven't seen the girls.
I just smiled.
I said if those two don't come, let's just kick them out with your two classmates. Upon hearing this, Jiao Shumi and Li Feng couldn't help but light up. Great boss. We'll follow your arrangements completely. See me. Instead of inviting his friends to join the team, Yuki was deeply moved. Then I saw the three of them agree to join the team. I kicked out the sisters, Diane and Dianai. As for Bailin, she had already sent me a message. She would be a few minutes late. Diane, seeing the message, she was kicked out of the team. I wouldn't say he's already kicked us out. Good thing had to say I want to leave the team.
Sister, isn't this a bit bad?
Diana said someone embarrassed them.
Let's go back.
We're both level 2 now. Take others to level up, charging at least worse per person. One dungeon run can earn a C-bet worse for yuan. Then following the dungeons has to be handed over. Diane said irritably. Diana hesitated and said, but can we really handle it? I'll take command, and I already contacted the people. Take him on. Can we really return it? Said impatiently. Seeing this, Diana could only reluctantly accept. Sai Bai Ling had already arrived. When she saw the two new members, Zhao Xumi and Li Feng, she was slightly surprised. She didn't ask. When we're present, I finally said. Next, we're going to the Flame Forest, but we're going straight for the Abyss difficulty. Hearing this, everyone looked at me in shock. Abyss. Yuki exclaimed. Yes, the Abyss difficulty? I need you to help me gain some fame. And this was the last time dungeons were free. I continued to say, I want to follow you, boss, in the Abyss level. Hugh said firmly, looking at me. Seeing their friend follow, and also decided to take the gamble. I looked at Bai Ling. I'm fine. And nodded slightly, as long as my arrangement. She would follow. Good, then let's set off. I smiled and looked at them. Then I quickly opened my panel, selected the teleportation. Just as we entered the dungeon, an announcement appeared in the professional square. In front of everyone, Chimo's team in the Flame Forest. This news made everyone pause for a moment. Then it caused an uproar. They're risking their lives! There are 2 level 1 newbies in this team. They might die in there. For a moment, the entire professional square was shocked by this news. Who were also in the square couldn't help but glance at each other, thinking, good thing. They were kicked out of the team, inside Shanshan City First High School, with an excited expression, holding a record of a bank transfer. This was him, the bank. She got my transaction records. There was a public account on it. That transferred 1 million to me. It definitely transferred by bailing to my badge. Trading professional badges is a serious offense. Su Yao took this transfer record back to school, to principal's office. She slammed the door open. With a shout, a group of people inside. All turned to look at her. This startled Su Yao. Inside. Included started wearing the uniforms of the Professional Alliance. Su Yao, what are you doing? Because of my matters. Who was already overwhelmed? Couldn't help but feel puzzled. Get out quickly. You're causing trouble for here. Principal with a dark face drove Su Yao away. By linens of trading professional badges.
Su Yao shouted loudly.
The entire principal's office fell to silence. Qin Daxin's face turned somewhat pale. He said seriously, do you know what you're saying? This is very serious. You can't just talk nonsense. Teacher Chen, leave this matter to us. Professional Alliance Pearl stopped Chen Daxin straight to Su Yao and said, from to the Shanqing City Professional Alliance, and tell us, what exactly is going on? Then Su Yao walked to the principal's office, asked some question. The staff of the professionals, so called evidence provided by Su Yao. They did not fully believe it, but said they need to go back and investigate further. What else is there to investigate? Isn't the evidence already conclusive? Su Yao couldn't help but say anxiously, gee, where did this transaction record come from? Gee, it's Bamji by true. King of the Alliance said with a cold snort. And not be guaranteed to be true, I can swear. Su Yao was pulled back by a staff member in the office. Pulled her back, and later continued to talk nonsense, and investigate this matter first. If it is indeed confirmed to be a trade, it may be submitted.
This is a very serious matter.
Director Qin said again. The Professional Alliance, selling of professional badges confirmed, and seller, will be prohibited from using any public professional facilities. Be banned from entering secret. After the investigation team left, contacted Chimera. Come quickly. I want to ask him clearly. What exactly is going on? The principal said angrily. Just received news. I've been battling together. The Abyss level Flame Forest. The director spoke up. What'd you say? Abyss level? The principal became anxious. Is this guy so reckless? Chen Da's heart was also filled with bitterness. Look at what kind of things you've taught. Go find Teacher Liu to hand over. Go home and rest for a while. Chen immediately understood the principal's implication. It was to have him resign on his own. First, call back all the students who can be called back. I hold a general assent. As a negative example to warn all the students in the school. The principal said angrily. Who was watching all this? At this moment, she felt extremely relieved. The Abyss difficulty in the forest. Zhao Xumin looked in the forest. Dense trees. Occasionally seen pairs of bread violent eye, but swallow saliva. This is too terrible. Should I still go fight the monsters later? Yuki also asked with some shock. Let me do it. Higher fire resist. Don't worry, I can get you in. I must have prepared for it. I said count. Hearing this, everyone looked at me with anticipation. I patted my spatial bat. Then 3 round things fell to the ground. After a shake, they gradually transformed into 3 sheep puppets. Yuki was stunned. His teachers were students to practice their skills Yes, they are sheep puppets. I didn't deny it. I bought the sheep puppets myself, just for now to pass the abyss level difficulty. Saw the sheep puppets. Her eyes lit up. You want to use this to share the damage together. That's a good idea. Boss, you're really awesome. You actually thought of this method. This is as stable as it gets.
You get a bit excited.
Shuming and Li Feng, the two new members. They were still a bit confused. No one was going on. Then I waved my staff. Everyone in the team, including those sheep puppets, all of them shone with a burst of light. Stunned for a moment, he quickly checked the skill I just cast on them. He immediately understood. Boss, I'll take one sheep puppet.
Have to get out.
For the professional center to get a loan pay you back. Hyuki said very sensibly, you want to buy a chance to pass the abyss in secret realm. Say it out loud, it's just pure wishful thinking. Soon as Yumin and Li Feng also immediately followed. Even a little late.
What?
Then the wear and tear of the puppets will be on you. I sure different. I can also get a loan, Bei also said.
How you say?
I just shook the staff in my hand. Her face light. She lowered it. This staff. Give it to Chenmo bar.
Say easy, Bei.
Chenmo was telling her. On the staff. Now everything was arranged properly. 5 people with 3 sheep puppets. Then headed to the forest. The first one. We soon encountered the first wave of goblins. Bai Ling was the first to charge at the goblins, the long sword in her hand. She in a fierce battle with the goblins. Hyuki and Li Feng also immediately followed.
As for Joshua,
fireballs from the back row. I noticed. After Joshua threw the fireball, there was also a slightly smaller fireball, simultaneously hitting the target. Double cast.
Why is lit?
I didn't expect Zhao Shuming's talent to be double casting. If I could get Zhao Shuming's talent, thing for me. Absolutely a great thing. But the probability of Kying talents is too low. Where I can get it can only be left to fate.
with the bat.
They're entangled in combat with 3 melee fighters. Battling wields a long sword, nimbly dodging the goblin's attacks, then slashes the back of Flame Gob with a sword, dealing over essential damage. This Mei Qian, who are also melee fighters, both stunned. Class indeed much stronger than us. Huki and Li Feng couldn't help but feel envious. After killing a flame goblin, shivered the common bloodstains from his hands. Conversation between Huki and Li Feng. Couldn't help but shake his head. Talent job compatibility and one's own ability are what truly matter. After saying this, everyone on the team lit up with a familiar glow. Then their health was fully restored. Huki and Li Feng deeply agreed with this. Let's take a... In just over, we should be at the boss fight. Caspil. I spoke again. Finally, we can rest. He breathed a sigh of relief. While Li Feng slumped to the ground, feeling sore all over in such a high-pressure environment. Without sufficient strength to support, staying for half an hour might be to make one collapse in the entire team. Person who is still extremely vigorous, who's in charge of watching the sheep, is still distributing everyone. Looking at Josh Human, cheeky smile. He and Li Feng were speechless. This guy's really lucky. Glancing at Human, who's distributing stand-up potions, feel a bit depressed. This is really hard to grasp. Already accumulated nearly in healing, yet still haven't copied the talent. Looking at the accumulated healing on my panel, I have already copied Huki's talent. Suddenly I seem to realize something. The worse the state of the healed person, the probability of me copying the talent. Gotta find a way to mess with. Who is still there with a cheeky smile. Myself, really want to go home and sleep in bed. Yuki also started to shout at this time. How tired we must persist. Otherwise, you could. Fengeki Wadai. Unless the boss tells me to quit. I won't quit even if I die. It's just some guy's too relaxed. If he doesn't treat us all to dinner and late night snacks tonight, I'll be the first to not. Huki said angrily. Let's just say, I'll expense this tonight. Master Zhou will pay. Joshua continued with a cheeky smile. Just at this moment, I walk forward. Boss, Huki and Li Feng immediately stood up. Huki seems to have already shown fatigue. My gaze fell. This made Huki startled. Immediately said, still hold on. Don't make the team. Yes, Huki will definitely work hard. I can guarantee with his head. Immediately followed up, speaking good words for his brother. How I let him watch the sheep. So I was also a bit anxious. I was slightly stunned. Didn't expect Zhao Shumi to take the bait this time. So let Ki watch the sheep. You take his position. I immediately said, alright, Zhao Shumi is willing. You take his position and hit goblins with a staff. I continued, won't use fireball spells to hit flame goblins, would you? Gentleman was shocked by my arrangement, but he immediately nodded in agreement. Hook looked at Zhao Shumi with emotion. It's okay, and the boss is here. We are safe. Zhao Shumi looked indifferent. Our short rest, we continued the fight. Positions, Hook only needed to manage 3 sheep puppets. Was indeed much easier. Zhao was much more disheveled. Holding a staff, he clumsily fought with the flame goblins. Like this, in my estimation, take about 8 minutes to reach the final stage. Not long. Hook volunteered.
I'll join the fight too.
Okay, I nodded slightly. Since we're already at the final stage, there's no need of the Hook rest anymore. Charge! I glanced at Zhao Shumi. Let them all charge together. Hook was the first to charge out. Battling followed closely. The assassin also quickly rushed towards his target. Only Zhao stabbed. Panned as he ran towards the goblin base. Kill these invaders. Do not allow them to approach a queen. The goblin priest shouted. The 10 goblins in base all came out at once. Hook charged into the midst of the monsters. He was caught in the goblins' club attacks.
Round B.
As a warrior, lost 1/3 of his health directly. And Zhao Shuman, under the effect of Soul Link, his health was almost depleted. But a holy light fell upon him. His health was fully restored again. And my timely healing this time finally brought me good news. With a prompt, I finally copied Zhao Shuming's talent. Zhao Jumi Li Feng, you 2 step back. Quiet. I immediately gave the order. Hearing this, Zhao Shumi immediately retreated. I directly canceled the effect of the soul link, the 2 level 1 newbies, from being instantly killed due to the shared damage. I walk while casting healing spells, punishment spells. With the support over spell power, I almost killed the flame goblin. With 1 punishment spell, Zhao Xumin and Li Feng in the back row were stunned. With my support, 2 warriors in the front row was greatly reduced. The 10 flame goblins, they won by my punishment spells. Only the goblin priest was left in the base. Damn invaders.
You wait.
After seeing all his subordinates fall, immediately turned and fled. Running, Bai Ling immediately charged forward. A crippling slash slowed down the goblin priest, and I seized the opportunity, immediately casting a punishment spell. Did not trigger the goblin priest's frenzy state, directly using a punishment spell to kill countless red. Rose continuously from the goblin priest's head. Under Bai Ling's entanglement, the goblin priest had no way to escape for a while. He could only reluctantly fight with Bai Ling. While does it feel like the boss talent is somewhat similar to mine, continuously rising from the goblin priest's head, with occasional damage of around Wu-Bai points, but be a bit surprised. Stop flattering yourself. Li Feng rolled his eyes at Zhao Xumin. Combined efforts of me and Bai Ling, the goblin priest quickly fell down. A lot of items dropped on the ground. All of them were green materials. And there was even a blue light among them. A blue drop. Which Zhao Xumin and others wide their eyes in surprise. The drops from this level dungeon are indeed different. A boss dropped a blue item. If we sell this thing, could fetch at least 100,000. I walked, picked up all the drops from the goblin priest. Then I checked the attributes of blue equipment. These attributes were not very meaningful to me. I continued to pack up the loot, and then looked in the forest, behind the stronghold. Is the true final boss of the Abyss and Flame Forest for Princess. The upcoming battle. If you are confident, follow me in.
If not here,
I looked at the others. Think I'll skip the boss fight. Carrying the option. Zhao Xumin chose to wait in place. Me too, and so did Li Feng. Both of them level 1 beginners. They are already satisfied to have come this far. I'll stay here too. Huki made the same choice. Alright, protect yourselves. I nodded slightly, and turned to Lin. Balin looked up and said, didn't we agree? That I would tank and you would heal me. And I headed deep in the forest. Inside the valley, there was a huge magic circle. In the middle of the circle, there was a woman in a flame robe, seemingly asleep. Let's begin, I whispered. Bai Ling nodded, and drew the sword from her waist. After taking a deep breath, she charged directly into the magic circle.